Good evening and thanks for joining us on your Monday night. I'm Sophie Erber.
And I'm Tim Seaman. With a return to the classroom just around the corner, the Iowa Department of Public Health is releasing new COVID-related guidance for Iowa schools.
But it's not quite in line with what the CDC is recommending, and that's our top story at 6. Students and staff who are exposed to someone who does test positive for the virus are not required to quarantine. The department also not requiring the use of masks.
Meanwhile, the CDC recommends everyone, regardless of vaccination status, wear a mask at school. But by law, Iowa school districts cannot mandate their use. One Iowa parent who has kept her 6th grader at home since last March says that as of now, she has no plans to send him back into the classroom.
If there's not going to be masks, in the school, I don't want to expose him to getting COVID because children are getting COVID and some are getting very sick. So I want to make sure I protect my kid and my family at all costs.
A group of Iowa parents have planned a peaceful sit-in at the state capitol in Des Moines on Wednesday. The aim is to get the governor and Iowa lawmakers to end the mask mandate ban and put new safety measures into place for the coming school year.
And as students begin to head back to class starting next week, school districts are scrambling to fill some open teaching positions. The Associated School Boards of South Dakota says that there are roughly 150 open positions across the state, and there are a number of different reasons why, one of them being low pay. With South Dakota teachers making about $48,000 a year, that is below the national average.
We know that all boats float, so all states have raised their teacher salaries. They're trying to be competitive. We're trying to be competitive, finding good teachers, finding teachers that want to go into the profession. It's a terrific profession, but we're still 50th in the nation right now.
Iowa ranks about 22nd in the nation for average teacher pay, and Nebraska ranks 26th.
Elsewhere tonight, the South Dakota Department of Corrections is asking for the public's help after an inmate escaped from a community work center in Yankton. Authorities say that 32-year-old Christopher Crambilt left the Yankton Community Work Center without permission on Sunday. Crambilt stands 6 feet tall and weighs around 265 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes and is serving 3 concurrent sentences for child abuse from Minnehaha County. Sioux City police say that they've arrested the person responsible for about $6,500 in damages to several downtown businesses. On Sunday, officers were dispatched to 725 Pearl Street. That's where they say 37-year-old Ryan Redler used a hammer to damage a glass window, then entered that business. Police say that he eventually damaged several businesses, including Prime Assisted Living Center and the Gospel Mission. He's being held on 4 counts of second-degree criminal mischief and 2 counts of assault by inmate with bodily fluids. Redler apparently injured himself during one of those incidents and was treated before being transported to the Woodbury County Jail.
It's a hot, humid start to our work week, but what do we have in store for the rest of Siouxland? Let's check in with you, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson. Today, above average temps.
Yeah, above average temperatures out there today, Sophie. It doesn't look like this pattern is going to be breaking up too much as we go through the course of this week. Highs this afternoon were in the 80s and 90s, even getting into the triple digits in O'Neill. Overnight lows expected to fall into the 60s and 70s. There's a razor-thin chance of a thunderstorm happening overnight, a marginal risk from the Weather Service. Same story for tomorrow. Some very isolated activity with those storms. We'll talk more about that and what lies ahead for the remainder of the week. It's all in the 9 on 9 forecast in a few minutes.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. Tim?
The Sioux City School District is reaching out to parents in and across the district in an effort to get eligible students signed up for this year's free lunch program. Only one Iowa eligibility meal application is needed per household. Those who submit their application could qualify for state benefits. Food Service Director Rich Luzzi says that getting students signed up actually benefits the district in other ways.
The district really benefits from that in a lot of other areas as well, whether it's E-rate communications or different funding that they are needing on the general fund side of it, for the education piece of it. So that data is very important to the district.
Now, if a family initially fails to qualify, Lucy says that the application process will remain open throughout the school year. You can visit our website, SiouxlandProud.com, or take a look at our free mobile app to take a look at that application.
City Council held a discussion on an annual improvement to Cone Park. The proposed improvement included the addition of summer tubing slides. The introduction of summer tubing would begin in 2022, and Cone Park representatives say the goal is to allow the park to operate year-round, opposed to seasonally. The Sioux City Parks and Recs director explains how much this project would actually cost.
Yeah, about $350,000, and we would just have to purchase something and get it installed. We don't really have a timetable involved, but we're looking at sooner than later.
That project would utilize private funding, grants, and general obligation bonds to make summer tubing a reality for Siouxlanders.
Council also approving the construction of an art sculpture on the sidewalk next to Sioux City's Police and Fire headquarters. Discussions to develop a sculpture outside of that office building on Douglas Street started in 2018. The design was finalized in 2019. The sculptor of that piece of work says the sculpture is symbolic, standing for the connection of public safety to the community, compassion for victims of crime, and for officers who dedicate their lives for the community's safety.
We're hoping for the spring, early summer next year. We had to make some adjustments with regard to engineering and site plan and all that, so we believe that those things have all been addressed.
That project is primarily financed by the Gilchrist Foundation, the Kind World Foundation, and several private donations.
According to the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, 60% of car crash deaths happen because that person wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And this year, they have seen an increase in fatal car crashes. So the South Dakota Department of Transportation has officially started a Counting on You campaign that is to remind everyone about driving safe practices like wearing your seatbelt.
And I think people, kind of forget how important that is. And again, that's the first thing as soon as you get in your vehicle, just buckle up. And like I said, it keeps you safe and secure in your vehicle, as opposed to being ejected. If you're ejected from a crash, your odds of surviving are not as high as they would be staying safe and secured in your vehicle with that seatbelt.
The South Dakota DOT says with Sturgis going on and all the extra vehicles on the roads, now is the perfect time to encourage people to be extra safe.
Well, the wait is nearly over for Iowa's first Major League Baseball game. She's excited, believe me. Folks in Dyersville are as well. In fact, they're making plans to make sure people keep coming back long after that game.
That's right. How the small Iowa community hopes to expand the Field of Dreams baseball field coming up.
And the crack of the bat there, a couple of cracks of thunder, a possibility in our forecast as we move from tonight into Tuesday. It's going to stay warm this week with tons of sunshine. The 9 on 9 forecast straight ahead.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, and Sports Director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
It has been a hot and sticky day, but fortunately, as far as I think, we haven't had any repeats of some of the weather that the Iowa Great Lakes region had last night.
Right, we had an ongoing tornado threat through much of last night, Tim and Sophie. A tornado warning issued up toward the Iowa Great Lakes, extending down toward Fort Dodge, where a couple of tornadoes did occur, and also a rotating wall cloud observed at times. So thankfully, things are pretty quiet out there today. We're just seeing some hazy sunshine from our Ho-Chung Center camera, established in downtown Sioux City. It's very warm and humid, especially out there, with dew points rising up into the 70s in most of the map. As we get a look at current temperatures, you can see that those are the 80s and 90s at this time. It's upper 90s, actually, for North Platte and Goodland. 95 is the temperature in Concordia, 87 outside in Davenport. It's now 81 degrees in Mason City, 85 in Minneapolis, and 86 in Sioux Falls. Temperatures closer to home now. You can see that those are between 80 and 100 degrees, with some of the cooler spots in northwest Iowa. 82 right now in Storm Lake. It's 85 outside in Spencer, 84 for Sheldon. O'Neill, Nebraska did touch 100 degrees earlier this afternoon. It has cooled off a touch to 92. 91 is the temperature in Wayne. It's 93 outside in Yankton. As I mentioned, we have a lot of humidity. It feels awfully muggy out there. Largely remain absent. Well, as Tim mentioned, we did have some very active weather last night, and this picture was taken in Ocheyedan. That's one of the spots that did have a tornado briefly touch down, caused some damage to a chicken barn. So thanks to Scott for snapping that picture and sending it in. If you have one of your own, make sure to go to SiouxlandProud.com, find the weather tab, send us your photos.
Crazy shot that you caught there, or that he caught there. It's
Huge
kind of
storm.
Yeah, it's kind of nice though to get a break from just some of the sunny shots. I'm sure you're excited about that.
True. Yeah, we have had some fairly quiet weather as of late, so definitely spiced it up last night.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
News Nation Prime is the country's only live national newscast in prime time.
That's right. It comes your way every night at 7, of course, on News Nation. So here's a preview.
Tonight, Paris police scouting for vaccine passports right at the dinner table. Could this be coming to a city near you? Would any U.S. states allow it? That's coming up on Balance tonight, followed by News Nation Prime. Now here's a look at tonight's Banfield.
Thanks. When a top politician is facing a serious sex scandal, who better to weigh in than a Ken Starr prosecutor who investigated President Clinton and what he did to Monica Lewinsky? You're going to hear his take tonight on Banfield.
Again, News Nation Prime comes your way every night at 7 on News Nation.
And you can see some of the channels that you can watch News Nation listed right here. You can also check your local listings.
Well, the Field of Dreams game in Dyersville, Iowa, just days away now. But what happens to that iconic field when that game's all over?
Big question. What's in the works for the movie site turned Major League Baseball field? We'll tell you next. A new variant of the coronavirus has COVID cases on the rise in Siouxland and across the country.
So what does it all mean for you and for your family? We'll ask the experts and get the answers.
Coronavirus, vaccines and variants. Wednesday night at 6:30 on KCAU 9. This is KCAU 9 News.
Iowa's first Major League Baseball game is happening this week at the iconic Field of Dreams movie site. That's over in Dyersville.
And as Fernando Garcia Franchini reports, site owners are already looking into the future of that site while also keeping its original beauty intact.
Well, of course, we all couldn't wait to watch the movie, and we did that, and we were just enthralled with the movie, and so we couldn't wait to get our son up here.
That, however, was 30 years ago. Now, Marsha Winters' son is grown up and has 2 kids of his own, Marsha's grandchildren.
We couldn't wait to bring them up, and they're both ball players.
And there was some preparation involved for this very special field trip.
The grandson's first time here, and they watched the movie last night, so we quizzed them on the way up. I found a trivia thing on the phone.
Marsha says they're already looking forward to the next time they bring their grandkids to the Field of Dreams movie site. But next time, the place might feel a little different. Site owners say they'll begin constructing 21 youth baseball fields in the fall.
That is all-star ballpark heaven, and that's a youth baseball and softball tournament complex that we plan on constructing around the Field of Dreams movie site and developing that and providing opportunities for the nation's youth.
Weinberg says the goal is to teach children lessons on and off the field to help them be successful in the sport and their personal lives. He says, though, those who visit the movie site might not even notice the difference.
We'll be expanding and starting first in the northeast corner of the property, and you won't even tell that the fields are there. It'll all be cornfields in the outfield of the Field of Dreams, and we'll leave it preserved because, as we all know, this is holy grounds.
Down the road, they have even more plans for the site. Those include a hotel and an indoor training facility with state-of-the-art equipment for athletes. And even though those plans aren't official yet, one thing is for certain.
The future is brighter than ever.
I wanted to go to this game. You have to be in a lottery system. No luck.
I think most of the state wanted to, and very, very few are.
I know. It's pretty cool, though, that they're going to preserve it. It sounds like for a long time. Right. So we'll get our chance to visit.
We'll see. I don't know. Major League Baseball has been pretty tight so far. Yeah. So hopefully, high school games can go play there. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be.
Rumor of a shot clock in Iowa high school hoops today. I'll debunk a few of those rumors for you. Plus, we'll check in on former West Sioux Falcon Hunter Deckers at Iowa State Fall Camp coming up next in sports. For both boys and girls in all classes. The state association is expected to release a statement confirming the report tomorrow morning, but this is a huge win for players, fans, and really anyone who enjoys the game of hoops.
It's pretty awesome.
There's no downside to it.
It should lead to better basketball, no doubt.
I mean, exactly. Talent level rises with the adversity. It's going to be great.
Thanks a lot, Jake. And we check in for one final look at your forecast. First, to take you outside on this warm night in downtown Sioux City.
So you've probably heard the one about the bear that walks into a bar, right?
Maybe.
Everybody laughed.
Sure.
Well,
Yes.
this one's not a joke. It actually did happen in Tennessee.
Of course it did. Tourists captured pictures and video of said bear walking into Crawdaddy's Restaurant and Oyster Bar in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I think that's where Dolly Parton's ranch is. Employees say they came up the stairs, wandered around, and then ran right back out. He must not have found what he was looking for. Do we make, was it Goldilocks jokes here, where the bear was trying all the chairs and didn't quite find the right one? That's adorable, though.
That dude in the picture who's like 3 feet from taking a picture is an
Bold.
idiot.
Yeah.
Surprised the bear didn't get any oysters, you know?
I was
thought
thinking,
maybe
too, seafood is right up his alley.
I would think so.
Yeah, don't they like salmon?
Right up his stream.
Anyway.
Well, looks like it's going to be pretty quiet out there tonight. Partly cloudy, a low near 70. Staying hot this week with a small storm chance tomorrow.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for being with us at 6.
We'll see you again at 10. Until then, have a great night, everyone.